If you end up checking out Rust Chance, users that use code iRisk get 50 cents in site currency. Thanks again to Rust Chance for sponsoring this video. Since this video is a continuation from the previous one, I think it's best we catch everybody up to speed before continuing. Our story began with a rather unfortunate event. We were deep inside a base, but the issue didn't lie within the game, but my lack of recording everything that had happened up until that point. And so I did what I could to recreate all the small details through some storytelling and some pictures. The most important bits of which were the fact that I got a Tommy fairly early on, and I managed to counter an eco raid, which I then took over and made my base. Then after scouting my area for a while, I noticed there was a fire on during the night in a 2x1 near my home. And I heard quite the ruckus going on inside, and their front door was open. So I promptly ran inside the airlock. They opened it, and as you probably might have guessed, I managed to take control of that as well. From there, I ran water treatment and also got an airdrop. Whilst roaming around looking for a fuse, I ended up barely not being able to cling to life due to bleed damage from a fight I had taken against some farmers. The reason I'm referring to them that way is because they never left their base with anything more than tools. The names of these individuals were Ricky and Felicitas. After the instance with the farmers, I attempted to counter the locked crate at airfield and failed miserably. On my way back, however, I killed an individual, and it was Ricky. He didn't have much on him, but I scooped it up and kept on track to airfield, where I found a base being built, and after popping it open, I found out it was Felicitas, and it turns out they were making a new base. Although it felt great to kill them and take away their momentum as they had done to me, I was definitely expecting a lot more loot. Regardless, I couldn't focus on it for long before I heard multiple footsteps outside, and they sounded like the geared variety. I started off the fight and managed to take down 2 full kits in quick succession. When I looked at one of the names, it was Richie, a group I had attempted to fight earlier, and although I almost caught one that was straggling behind, because he had refused to fight me until his teammates were in range, I ended up walking into what felt like a trap, but was more akin of him being afraid to ever lose any gear, even when he had the advantage in the 1v1. But I had gotten them back. I quickly took high ground on top of the base that was being built and had a pretty great feeling. There was a lot of loot on the ground, and on top of that, both the groups that had done me wrong, I had now given some form of revenge. And then, like that, the third player I had forgot about headshot me with a bolt. The last time I had fought these guys and lost my mid-tier gear set, I remembered there was 3, but I failed to remember when it mattered most. And so by the time I had grabbed a crossbow and a DB, in my heart of hearts, I thought the 3 guys had wiped up all of the gear and ran home. But the closer I got, the more I realized that wasn't the case, and I still had a chance to fight for it one more time.
The only advantage is, remember?
Hey,
I can't see.
Okay, sorry about that. Just a little quick update. A lot of people I've noticed have been getting my second channel right here, iRiskExtra, confused with my main channel. And they're not the same thing. So what I did was I changed iRiskExtra logo to this, and yeah, hopefully that'll fix some of the confusion, because the hold on. The turnaround time for like an iRiskExtra video, I have editors for that, and it takes like less than a full day of editing. Whereas for my main channel videos, it's anywhere between like 48 to 72 hours of editing. So that's why I did that. And yeah, we'll just, you guys will probably watch that. Here you go. Fuck this kid. He's low as fuck. That guy's trolling. He literally has his headphones on backwards, dog. From here, although we got some insane loot, I'm put in a rather weird position. I live in a 2x1 with minimal space, low amounts of scrap, and no real security to speak of. Now, I did what I could. I got a tier 2 down, a hobo barrel, and a furnace, but as you can imagine, this setup was rather lackluster. But once again, referencing the tier 2, I tried to go through tech tree and get the medical syringe, but apparently even simple math eludes my streamer YouTuber brain that I miscalculated. So I went to water treatment. But whilst I was there, I heard something that piqued my interest. It's not my bait. I think I might counter this, chat. We have no meds. Okay, we can literally go and research med or get med. Should we just do that first? I think we should. But wait, last time they didn't even have any themselves. Damn, this is a lot of rockets, man. Here we go, chat. If it looks like undoable, I'm not gonna do it. I can't throw. Oh, nice. Elisita, that's one of the guys that I don't like. I wonder if there's anything left here. Oh, it's inside the compound. No one ever came back. They rage quit the fight. I have never been so fucking happy that two groups rage quit at the same time. Are you shitting me? Is there more down here? Oh, that's the MP5 the guy ran down with. This is the whole reason the guy ran into my face. We got meds now, yeah. But I don't have any room in my base. Bless you guys. Oh, fuck. He's like a hazmat. There's 4 of them, though. I gotta get... That was important information I just got, though. For sure. Because we saw that guy peek out the top side or the left-hand side or whatever. He grenades or some shit. Not good for me, actually. I think, honestly, hollow might be better at this point. It's just that, like, I can't spam. I have to, like, stand half the time to get the angle. It's just crazy. The 8x. Oh. Fucking laser, dude. He has a rocket launcher on him. He might push 3. Was I about to? I can't believe I'm missing those. It's so close. Oh my gosh. Dude, I fucking whiffed on him, man. Wait, what? Why is this guy trying to break my TC?
Holy shit.
True. Oh! Yo! He farmed! Oh! So I don't know. Kind of hard to say. I did go back and try to counter one more time, but it didn't go as smoothly as I'd hoped. Now, in these deaths, we have to try to look on the brighter side, or at least change up our objectives. I mentioned it before, but the base is looking rather scuffed, and in all honesty, I'm not really too keen on having my main base in the snow. Factor in that I've done very little farming so far, and you start to realize why I was so excited for 3k stone. I needed to move, and no amount of guns or armor was going to build a base for me. So what I decided to do was gear up and then trek across the map to build in a better location. But this was easier said than done. Oh, what's them? No, dude. I really want to kill that guy. There's a flanker. He's gonna get shit. I can definitely build the base here. trap at home that we can use for this. Oh my gosh. Any others build up? This twig is still like alive. It's very recent. These guys just for sure. Probably even some left still. Yeah, what the freak? Those guys have a tier 3 in that wooden base, don't they? Oh my gosh, those guys got so lucky, man. No, dude! I have my rocket launcher on me, dog. He's in there. He's in there, dude. What do I have here? What do we have? What? Who? What? How does this pipe do that much damage? Craft a spear? Yeah, probably true. Although I had late game gear at my 2x1, it was quite a distance away, and I wanted to build up the base a little bit more before transferring everything over. So I needed to get this gear back because I had nothing to immediately replace it. We get an HP. I think Ensign's better here. It's gonna break a lot of shit, but
Serpentine!
what? My mouse died. All day. Shortly after banking the loot in my base, I heard some explosions across the water, decided to head over and check out the situation. I have to be careful if I kill them because they're gonna flank from behind. Hits one more. I don't trust that shit. Did they drain it though or nah? Yep. 3 shots in the drain, boys. No, dude, fuck. I could have won that. I'm gonna say it though. I'm gonna say it. I definitely lagged there. A little bit at least. Oh, they're up there again. Oh, there's multiple of them now. They've multiplied. There's 3 of them. Oh my god.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
Wait a minute. We're grabbing extra loot. Did he run to bullets? Flying. Wasn't there an MP5 over there? What happened to that guy? From here, we transferred the loot from the old base into the new, did a bit of farming for some base upgrades, etc., etc. And that's pretty much where the day ended for me. But we have to do something different with the next day. We have to change up the pace. Now, why is that? You most likely saw the thumbnail and you can currently see the title. This is a story about a friendship that was made along the way and some revenge that took place. And up until this point, although I hope every bit was entertaining, these are not the core elements of the story. We have yet to meet this friend or friends, and we have yet to see this enemy. Everything up until now has been getting everybody comfortable with the situation and how we got here. So for this day, we're going to run through the things that had an impact on the story, added context, or greatly increased or decreased our standing in the server. And the first major event actually happened on a farm run. I was heading towards Outpost and I ran into a situation that called for some out-of-the-box thinking. Oh, he insta F1, bro. That guy's got a kill bind. Dude, I don't have that. I don't have the thing, chat. I don't have the thing for this. I wish I had stone barricade. More than I wish I could breathe air. Take silver and metal. I have an idea. I have bases nearby. I knew he was gonna be close. Okay, this is called jug. This is like RuneScape where you gotta juggle loot. I should do this. Sulfur's gonna last long. I just have to do the thing. Oh, are we close? I think we're close to the entrance. Yes, we're on the right side too. You son of a bitch. I hate this guy, dude. We go home. Yay! I think we got it all too. Once I had made it home with everything from that farm run, I realized extremely quickly that cooking all of this with 4 small furnaces was going to take an enormous amount of time, especially if I was out roaming the map, trying to get a better lay of the land, as well as farm scrap and other bare necessities. And since I had a large furnace laying in one of my boxes, I decided to make an external TC/large furnace base combo. This would serve 2 purposes. The first, to cook up ore a hell of a lot quicker and more efficiently than small furnaces. The second was to act as an overlapping external TC. This meant if anybody did raid this base while I was roaming, they wouldn't be able to grief it or take it over without also raiding the TC in the furnace base as well. Once this was completed, the next major event happened shortly after I'd run train yard. I heard some shots in the distance, and although it was the opposite direction of my base, I was eager for a fight. See, sometimes I'm not half bad. Sometimes, man. This guy holding the raid down? I did see there was 2 openings on the top. Turret in front. This is unfinished honeycomb. I don't see a way to the roof. But I didn't see him open the door either. He's got porcelain SAR skin, but this base is regular door skin. That doesn't really make much sense. Where's horse at? Where's horse at, chat? Oh, he's up here. I see its spot. Excalibur! Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna go get some wood really quick. I had to go put their collars on and let them outside, damn it. Oh, he's coming back. Ah, that was good. All right, I'm hyped. Different guy. Alan Davina. Davina. All right. Now, of course, your first thought is, are those the enemies? Are these the guys we should finally be looking out for? And unfortunately, the answer is no. This was just me showing a small increase in the gear that we had in our base. Although it may seem like I'm in the late game stages, I am sorely lacking for extra kits. It's one of those situations where a few deaths would take me in a horrible direction. But nevertheless, back to another major moment. And it all started whilst I was inside, moving loot around, when I heard somebody take my horse and ride off in a direction I had yet to explore. Now I gotta go on a hunt for the horse.
Voice changer
Do not
activated.
die, I will pick you up, Buddha. Wait, I need to see the inventory, Buddha. I put hatchet back on you. Okay, you have nothing, I'm sorry. I leave you with this, I leave you with that, and I pick you up, Buddha, man. Give me a second, Buddha. I give you meds, I give you the juice, I give you hatchet back, you're good to go, man. Take metal arm, easy clap. Very nice, big PP.
It looked like he was leaning towards this way, so I don't think he lives over here, but he might. Oh, what? That guy's scared as fuck. Try to pick me together. I'm still naked though. We have a hollow. Come on. What way can I leave? That hill's too open. The way I came down. You saw me? I think he's got LR8X. Out of safe.
Hello there.
Oh my gosh, I almost whiffed too. I wasn't expecting him to have a gun. I saw him naked and then he re-peeked me. I should have been more ready for that. Mike is too close. Oh, wait, could you guys hear me breathing? That's old iRisk right there. Wait, what? Dude, what? That's not how you're supposed to use meds or hazmat. He grabbed a kit and just fucking went with it. I'd be more worried about the size it could grow to than anything else. Right. After getting out with this AK set, I was elated. Although it may not be easy to tell, those situations are extremely hard to get out of. In one misstep or drop of your guard and you can be dead in seconds. And I didn't have any other AKs, nor am I going to craft a 50 high qual gun. So securing more late game weaponry will always be a priority. So when I heard cargo honk its horn and remembered the location of a boat nearby, I knew I had to take that chance. Fuck, they might have gotten on. Unless that's from the last cargo run, maybe? I don't hear any shots, though. Dude, please. I've never felt so slow. Focus on that guy. Is he already under? I cannot believe that, dude! No way! Are you shitting me? No way, dude. No way. You've gotten... There's no way. I think he's solo. If I caught him transferring back in the back, he wouldn't have heard it until the engine was just on. Dude, this guy got very, very lucky. His pattern for tracking me was so lucky, but I wasn't even making noise. You're going against AK with MP5, bro. Again, dude!
We lost that round, but it's not over yet. You get ready for the next one.
He's so bitch, dude. The reason I got so frustrated with this was fairly simple. This man was willing to give up his way back to the land, as well as half the loot that he'd gotten from cargo, and lastly, the position that held the boat in general, also that he could have the high ground and stare at a ladder. Now, usually I would just say it's a passive playstyle and leave it at that. But this guy, unironically, beat me twice in a firefight, a 1v1. This is not only a stain on my record, but a stain on my mental well-being. I don't care about being the best player in all of Rust. And personally, I enjoy getting slowly but surely better with guns through playing on servers rather than aim train. But if I died again, I was gonna lose it, or he had crippled my mental. And so I decided to match his playstyle and just hold the boat. And I got insanely lucky when by nighttime we were in the snow. I knew this guy would be suffering some pretty heavy damage, and if he was gonna hold long enough, eventually the cargo would leave and our optimal situation would become a reality. Bro, I can't see him. We let him drive off his meds. Oh wait, no, he had meds. This wasn't my chest piece. Whatever, we're getting cold. He's missing some shit. He definitely like switched into that. Wait, what? Oh. Wait, what? I couldn't. Run! What the fuck? Yo, where though? Wait, what? Wait. Huh. With that last bolt shot, we had found our enemies, the people that we needed to track down and get revenge on. Whether or not these guys were friends with the person on cargo didn't matter to me. They had taken a prize from me that I had put in so much work to get. All my frustration immediately boiled up again, and it didn't help. The way I had died was in an extremely sketchy manner. And when I was venting my frustrations to my chat, somebody spoke up at risk to their own image. Sometimes coincidences that are absolutely crazy happen. And for my new friend Vance, his coincidence was that he was my in-game neighbor. You see, there had been a naked that had come up to my base several times, and every time I'd kill him, he'd respawn and come back fairly quickly. This led me to believe that it was a sniper, but in fact, it was Vance. They had taken over the decayed base that I had pilfered through the day before. And although Vance did have teammates, they were all offline. And he was trying to figure out what type of neighbor I was going to be, if I was going to be a thorn on their side, or if he could form some type of alliance with me. After me killing him a few times and showing no interest in his conversation, he ended up hanging out in his base and looking through Twitch, and he stumbled upon my stream and saw some familiar scenery. He had information about the guys that had killed me, and upon seeing those names and watching my stream, my new friend Vance told me where they lived, and upon hearing the location, I was taken aback. It was the same exact guys I had taken the AK set from in the first place. So before they got home, I headed over with some ladders and a SAR to set up to take them out, but after some investigating, I didn't hear or see anyone. So I headed back home, and on the way, I got killed from an angle I didn't know existed. What? What? Are you serious? That's pretty fucking blatant, my guy. But nevertheless, I have no idea if these guys are cheating. So I talked to Vance and we set up a non-aggression pact, and then I began farming. My goal? To get revenge. After I'd done a few runs, I heard some shots in the same location where I'd made a small come up earlier, and so I decided to check it out. I don't want to lose anything. Oh my, there's like 4 of them. There should be 2 more, right? Does this guy realize he can't peek me that way? Okay, I think there's more. Pumps and Tabitha's. Oh wow. I guess just, and this is repairable. Honestly, I might just keep it about and just leave chat. I think at this point I was already overstaying, so let's be smart. After banking and getting the large furnace running, I headed to train yard to collect more scrap or a tier 3 and any other BPs that needed to be researched. There's 3. They're swarming. I'm telling you, this gun's way too easy. Probably would have done. Oh, there we go. I was about to say better. Might have done better with an AK, but. Oh, he's got a hollow on it. He's a Chad. Nice. This guy's sorry. Shortly after going home and banking everything I had, I scrounged up pretty much all the components that needed to be grinded, and then headed over to the nearby lighthouse and, well, grinded. Shocking. From there, I started heading back to my base and saw Vance and one of his teammates outside the front of their base. Knowing that they'd most likely be roaming or doing other things around my area, or should I say our area, I didn't want to have any confusion when getting in fights or anything like that, so I asked them to add me to their team and they were willing to do so. I then began to focus on my own base. I decided to make a compound, and upon hearing this, Vance quickly rushed over with a high external wall to help me out. And of course, with that one small gesture of kindness, on top of Vance helping me out with information from earlier, I considered these guys full-on allies. So when I saw one of their names go from green to red later on that day, I was livid and tracked down the 2 individuals that had killed my friend. And I'll be honest, I full-on door camped these guys, but it needed to be done.
This laser activated.
No escape! No escape from me! No escape. No escape. No escape from me. No. It's mine. Never kill my neighbor's kid. Or this will happen again to you.
I don't understand what you're saying.
I avenged you, brother. Come to the front door, please. I would not let them do that to your boy like that.
Thank you, sir. Nikolai, more like big fucking pussy. Shortly after this, I ended up stopping my stream. If you're wondering why, it's because my internet was getting a little too out of hand and dropping frames consistently. You most likely saw a bit of it earlier. But believe it or not, just because I'm not streaming doesn't mean I'm not playing. Well, depending how far I get my base along. And since I had so many raw resources lying around, I cooked up every bit of metal ore and sulfur that I could, and ended up with more than 2.5 rows of GP. The kill I had gotten an outpost, as well as my own farming that I had been doing intermittently between these fights and major events, led to a pretty insane outcome. I also ended up mostly finishing the compound and even getting the main base to its late game state. Of course, there were a few pieces that needed to be high qualled and a few more layers that needed to be added here and there, but in general, it was a strong base. So you can imagine my surprise when upon waking up and opening one garage door, I saw a missing GP box, as well as loot sacks on the floor. My bag had been destroyed, and 2 layers of walls had been stripped away. I knew they were coming back, and I knew why they had banked in the first place. 15k GP is nothing to scoff at. But before I even patched up, I shut my last remaining garage door and rushed up to the top of the base, because the last thing I wanted to do was pull out a building plan and hammer when the enemy could be right around the corner. And so I left my base open with 1 remaining garage door and went up to the top of my peak downs. Less than 30 seconds later, I heard somebody jump into my compound, and I let them get all the way inside my base yet again before I dropped down and hip fired them with my SAR as he wildly tried to spray his MP5 back at me. But I was the victor, and from there I patched up my walls, put some boxes down, and got up to my peak downs yet again. Here comes the giant layout. DarkFap, the individual that has a body in my base, and the very same guy you just saw me kill not too long ago, is with Alexa, the very group that I am trying to get revenge on. The reason I know this is if we go all the way back to when I called out that hacker before I'd even died. When I showed a Steam account, you most likely saw the ban. That happened shortly after I had died to him and reported him. The reason I knew is because Vince told me in my Twitch chat, and upon going full face cam and entering the server chat, I saw just that and immediately asked Alexa, aka Luck, if he was with them. The reason I asked in the first place was because this was shortly after I died on cargo and he was headed towards their base when he had killed me, and his response was no, it's only me and DarkFap. DarkFap's streamer name is Nicolas. If you're wondering who that is, it's the very same individual that tried to flank me after I'd gotten the AK set. He also, which I only showed once, door camped me for upwards of 2 hours with a DB, even though he had plenty of full kit AKs at home. The one time I did show it was when Vince was coming over to give me that high external gate, and now they offline raided me. Or almost offline rated me. They got my GP, and later Luck and DarkFap were bragging about it in chat, acting like they had done something that required any skill whatsoever. So I wanted to show them a little bit of skill, and I went over with nothing more than a SAR, because I knew where I'd find them, and I wanted to confirm my suspicions. After my show of force, showing them that even with their walls and their rooftop, all I needed to take them down was a SAR, I went on a farm run. Well, multiple. Vince was also on as well. Although he couldn't play much as he worked from home and was just checking in every now and again, he had built a boat base, and that boat base happened to be fairly close to DarkFab and Lux. But since Vince almost never PvP'd alone, he didn't have any bad blood with them. I cooked everything up I could and farmed as much as I could, but I didn't have enough by myself to raid them. So I upgraded as best I could and then went to bed. And the next day, Vince's boat base had been raided. Now, I was pushed over the edge already, taking my loot from one of the most frustrating cargoes I've had in the past 1,000 hours, offline raiding my base, camping me with DBs, and bragging about offline raiding. All of that pissed me off. But to raid a man who just wants to dive, a man who's only been kind to me, in fact he's gone out of his way. Do you remember what happened to the two guys that killed one of Vince's friends?
No escape. No escape from me.
They got off easy. I was gonna make sure Vince got everything back and more.
I'm gonna chill out.
Smoke grenade. This is revenge. Revenge.
Get off my man's boat base next time, motherfucker.
Yo, that felt so good.
Yeah, hey, make it.
iRisk,
I might have to.
do you want to go through all the boxes and like get like a video or a clip of it?
Oh yeah,
all that?
perfect, yeah. I think we have pretty much everything. I know for a lot of people that ending raid felt fairly quick, just like the bolt shot that killed me at cargo, or the time between getting off and going to sleep and waking up to an offline rated base. It feels like seconds, but I guarantee the loot we took off them took a hell of a lot longer than that to get. And so getting back what's rightfully ours and a hell of a lot more on top of it is a perfect way to end this story. Thanks to Vince for being an amazing neighbor and ally, as well as the rest of the Smile Gang. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Peace out, and I hope to see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your night, a great rest of your day, and an even greater tomorrow. Peace.